Hello my dear crafters, knitters and everybody who came to my channel. If you don't like to cast on your stitches with a long tail, on this short tutorial today I will show you 5 different ways to cast your stitches without a long tail at all. And then let's stop talking and start working. Good video for you. Okay, now we are ready for sleep. We take just one needle first and we need to start it with our slip knot. How we do it, we take our yarn, put our short tail behind, and then with a long tail we just divide this loop on the middle, put our needle inside and tie it up. Here we have our first stitch. This way is very simple, very easy. What you do here, you take your other needle, you grab your yarn and you insert your needle in your stitch, grab your yarn and pull it over this stitch. Then you put it back on your needle this way, and then you grab yarn again and pull it through. Put back on your left needle and you just count in your stitches. We have 4 and then we have 5 and 6, and you continue this way, counting your stitches till you have a quantity stitches you need for your project. Now I'll make some rows here and I'll show you how this edge looks on your ready project. You see this creates some lovely edge here, and I will be back very shortly. And just one more little detail, when you finish your, like in my case I have 20 stitches here, your first stitch in this case you can't just take out, then you will knit it or purl it. In my case I will knit it and then I will continue my row as normal, knitting stitches, and now I'll make a couple of rows and I will come back to show you the edge, what we will have in result. Here I am back. I made a couple more rows and I did 2 rows in garter stitch, just knitting all stitches, and I made 2 rows in the stockinette stitch, which I go knitting and come back purling, and this how looks our edge, kind of invisible, very nice. And try it, maybe you will like it and you will use it for your project. And we are going to the second way, which is very similar to this one. Here we are with our second way to cast our stitches without long tail. And this way is very similar to that one which I just showed you, number 1. We will start with a slip knot the same way. Go across, in the middle, put your needle in and just tie it on. Here we have our first and second stitch is we're doing the same way. We knit it and put it back, and here's the difference. Now we will put our needle between 2 stitches which we have. It's kind of tricky for the first ones. You see, I put my needle between 2 stitches and then I pull my yarn and put it back on the left needle. Then I go back and put my needle again between stitches, pull it back and put on my left needle. And I will go this way, casting all stitches I need for my project. And let me do a couple more now and show you the edge we will have. Here I am with my last stitch here. I put it back. This edge here looks very similar to the previous one, first one, and here we will do the same thing. On the first stitch we just knit, and second we continue normal way. We will go and knit our stitches. I'll do same rows now. I'll knit 2 and I stockinette 2 and I will come back to you. Here we're back, the same row, and I want to show that this edge is not very stretchable. Yes, you know, sorry, my needles are very short, but this is how it looks. Nice, beautiful. And anyway, if you don't want your project roll, it's always good idea to make a couple of rows just knitting in your garter stitch, and this will prevent your edges roll, especially if you do a stockinette stitch. And we are going to our third way. Here we are with our third way to cast on without long tail, and I think all English way knitters are familiar with this one, but anyway, let's start with a slip knot. We do it the same way. Here we are. We don't use the other needle for this one, we just use our fingers. We take the yarn, and what we do, we secure this little tail, and we will work with our working tail. Let me take this out. We grab the yarn from behind with our index finger, then we just twist it this way and put on our needle and just pull. We grab the yarn, twist on our finger and put on our needle and just tie it up. We have 4 stitches and continue like this, depending how many stitches you need. Then I will make the same rows for you and I will be back to show you the result. Here I casted all stitches I need. Here my edge, and you take first one and just continue working the same way. They will open a little bit. Just be careful to don't lose your stitches, and see you in a couple of rows. Here I'm back with a couple of more rows, the same rows we do for this propose, and here like our edge looks like kind of nice little wave here, and this edge is very stretchable, and you see my needle is so small and it's going out. But here we are with our next edge and next cast on with no long tail. And if you're not tired yet, let's go to the next one. Here we are, ready for the next one. We will start with the same way, with the slip knot. Turn our needle, and what we do now, we take this knot and put our yarn over on our left needle this way, and then it has two ways. You can just grab your yarn and pull through the stitch down here, or you can put it back on your needle, secure with your finger, and put it and pull it through. And then you need to take out your needle, this last loop, and your needle you will turn this way. You see, you pull your yarn, and now you need to turn your needle kind of down, twisting, and then you put your yarn over again. And I usually pull it without putting my stitch on the needle. This way I just grab yarn and pull it through my little loop here down, and then I pull my needle back. You put your yarn back and pull it through, and you turn your needle, pull your yarn on your left needle and pull it through down here, and continue this way. You pull it like this, go back, or you just put it back on your needle, pull it through, and then you need to take out this first loop. Okay, you try both ways, which is more comfortable for you. And if you have a crochet hook, you can do this with your crochet hook. But when you start your knitting project, many times you don't have crochet hook with you. And this is the amazing way to make your open edge too. When you sometimes when you in the beginning of your work, you need some open stitches, and you use another thread. You do this, and after you can just rid of this line without cutting it or damaging your work. But this is not for today's video. You see, I'm always distracting. And then let me finish this, and I will be back with you. Okay, here I cast my 20. This is last one. I pulled it through, and I just push my yarn back and start knitting as normal. And see to not twist your stitches. In this case, you will insert your needle just in the middle of the stitch. And let me do that rows and come to you. Here I'm back. I put my stoppers on my short needles. Sorry about that. Just wanted to show you how looks our edge. We have this nice little braid here, and it looks exactly like chains when we crochet, and basically it's the same principle. We have chain stitches here, and here I need to and knit and purl. I did exactly the same thing what I did on previous ones, and it's not all yet. Okay, see you on the next one. Here we are with the last one, and a little bit more complicated, and you need to remember that this one is not serving for all types of yarn. It's usually very good for thin yarn, for very like silky yarns. I will try to show with mine. I'm not sure that it will be a good way to see, but anyway, we start with slip knot as usual. And we will work with our right needle here. We secure our small tail, and we will work with a working tail here. We put our finger this way, left index finger, and twist our put finger in the front, twist our yarn, enter with a needle, secure your yarn with 2 fingers, grab this yarn from here and pull it through the loop, and go closer to the first stitch. Put your finger here because it will start to twist, and then just pull it down. It's a little bit tricky with this kind of yarn, you see. And now you have a little knot here, and let's do it again. You put your finger, twist your yarn, enter with your needle, secure with your fingers, grab yarn and pull through this little loop back, and now put it closer to your stitches, secure with your finger and pull it down. And that's it. I'm showing very slowly. Let's do again. Twist, pull your yarn over, go close to your stitches and just pull it down. You see, sometimes this little knot is not going right way, and you need to just check that all your knots need to be in a line here. Again, twist yarn with your finger, pull your needle through, secure with your fingers, and go back and pull it down. Oh. Yes, this way. And let me do it, and I will come back to you. Here I am with my last ones. Again, push it through. 19 and 20. And here you are with little knots, and they look amazing down there. All that hard work worth it. And let me just knit the same rows now, and I will be back with you to show you my result. I am back with same rows, and let me show you the edge. We have these nice little knots here on every stitch, and you cast it without any long tail. I can show you as a bonus just one more way to do the same cast, but I'm not sure that if it will work with this yarn, but I can try anyway. See our lovely knots. We have the same cast. We put our line on our index finger, and then we just make a loop around our thumb. You see, around our thumb we make a loop We go there, grab the yarn, and we pull it through, securing with our thumb. It will be the same thing, but from other side. You see? Again. Loop around your thumb and just take it and pull it down, and yes, this way. It's kind of tricky. It's not going because because it's not silky enough. Let me just show you again, and you try which way you prefer, and go down, and you have your little knots here again, and you just pull down. One more, and pull it down, and here you have the same stitches. Okay, I think it's more than enough for today. I show you 5 different ways to cast your stitches without long tail, if you don't like that way. And then try this and tell me which is more beautiful and best for you. And I see you in the next video.